In Chapter 19, we examine breakthrough number 5, speaking in the first humans. Bennett posits that language, and more specifically the accumulation of language, is key to our uniqueness. Language expands the scope of sources a brain can draw insights from because it allows us to condense information, take up less brain space, and more quickly transfer thoughts from brain to brain. He argued that when considered on the timescale of thousands of generations, even just some accumulation triggers an explosion of idea complexity. Eventually, the mass of accumulated ideas reached a tipping point of complexity when they could no longer fit into the brain of a single human. This tipping point was fueled by humans evolving larger brains, increased specialization so ideas could be distributed across different members, population expansion so more brains could store ideas, and finally, the invention of writing, which allowed us to create a collection of ideas that could be maintained and accessed at will and contain an infinite corpus of knowledge. Now, with consideration for these ideas, Bennett's assertion that the singularity already happened surprised me. He argues that the shift from no accumulation across generations to some accumulation was the transformative event. However, this interpretation conflates the singularity with a broader notion of societal advancement facilitated by the accumulation of knowledge. While Bennett emphasizes the importance of language and knowledge accumulation in human evolution, this doesn't necessarily mean that we've reached a singularity. Accumulated knowledge has indeed fueled societal complexity, but it doesn't align with the traditional concept of AI surpassing human intelligence. Bennett describes a tipping point where the mass of accumulated ideas becomes too complex to fit into the brain of a single human. It's an important observation indicating a threshold in human cognitive capacity. However, reaching this tipping point does not equate to the singularity, but it does describe a uniquely evolved human feature. Ultimately, while the accumulation of knowledge and societal complexity described by Bennett is undoubtedly transformative, when I ask the question, what is the answer to the ultimate question of life, the universe, and everything? I haven't yet heard 42.